Hey, what's up, everybody? Chaz here with Breaking Down the Tape, and you are here watching the Raw Dynamite Smack podcast. This is episode 1 of the Raw Dynamite podcast, Raw Dynamite Smack podcast. I'm just still trying to get that down, the name and everything. But here we're going to be talking all wrestling news. Um, Thanks to the friends at Breaking Down the Tape for being so patient with me because I've been not putting my weight in, and now I'm finally getting on here to start this podcast I've been putting off for about 6 months. um Thank you for hanging on to me, guys. I appreciate it. And yeah, we are here now with all this crazy wrestling news. We had to do something on Breaking Down the Tape, right? So Breaking Down the Tape itself, it does sports and everything, but now we're introducing some wrestling into it, some sports entertainment, right? um Not real stuff, right? All right, whatever. Guys still put their bodies online, still get hurt just like other sports athletes. And you know this is my thing. So anyway, let's get right into the news of the day. The news of the day, right? First off, Hangman Adam Page, um, he decided to call out Booker T, right? Because Booker T had some words to say about Adam Cole's frame. He said that we need to put some weight on Adam Cole. Now, if you don't know Adam Cole has been a really skinny kind of guy. He's had a lot of injuries in his career, and he's had great success. Though he's been a top guy, I think. When he was in WWE, he was on NXT, killed it there. He didn't even make it to the roster because he left before then. His contract ran out. He dipped, went to AEW, but he is a new age Shawn Michaels. If you knew if for the old heads that don't know him or people that are not following wrestling nowadays, if you want to know, there's been a lot of Shawn Michaels-esque people that try to be Shawn. Dolph Ziggler, for one, which he's got pretty close, right? But Adam Cole himself, Adam Cole is legit Shawn Michaels, right? He's put a faction together. He's got a great super kick. He's got a great look, and I think he's one of the top 5 right now. And if anything, not top 5, maybe top 7, right? But he definitely is great. He has his own YouTube channel, which he goes by Chugs, and he does great on there, right? Good guy. Hangman pretty much came out and said, I hope I'm not that old and being that cranky and putting down pretty much the young guys, which a lot of the old heads tend to do. Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, they go on these podcasts and they technically don't put them down. I think it's because it's an old school type of way. They're like, let's let them know that they need to pick their shit up. Adam Cole, like I said, has had a lot of injuries, and I feel like Booker T was just trying to help him out with that, right? He was just saying, put on some weight, and he'll definitely gain some muscle and protect yourself more, and all this stuff. And I think Hangman is just fed up with all the, let's see who's this. Hey, yo, Chaz. Hey, sup, Boda? How you doing, buddy? I think Booker T, was just trying to protect him, and Adam Cole. I mean, he does. He needs to put on a little weight, and maybe he'll stop getting injured. But that's him. That's his own body. Leave it alone. And Hangman is just looking out for the young guys now because they've been getting smashed on by the older generation, right? Tends to happen all the time, right? With NBA happens the same way with the old generation. It's like, you can't play in our era, which, I back a little bit of that. But LeBron James in the NBA would definitely, the NBA back in the, what's up, dude? In the NBA back in the day would dominate, right? Just like Adam Cole now in WWE. I mean, sorry, in AEW now. If he was going back in the day, he would compete with the best, Like I said, he is Shawn Michaels, the new Shawn Michaels. Leave it alone. Hangman was just being a big brother and looking out for the young guys, right? So that's the first story of the day. I think, honestly, that's what I think about that. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And yeah, so we got the next kind of thing going on with Sasha Banks, right? If you guys haven't heard, Sasha Banks was part of the WWE tag team that was supposed to revolutionize the tag team division. They were going to do a great thing, 2 black women as champions, and they wanted to do this whole thing. But WWE was going to throw their tag reign to the wayside so that they could both split up and fight two, dare I say, white women and lose to them just to be some kind of fodder because they couldn't find anybody else to wrestle these people. And they decided, they were like, no, this is not happening. They went to Vince McMahon or John Laurinaitis' room and threw the championships. This is not kayfabe. This is real shit. Threw their shit on there, said, we're not doing that shit. And they walked out. They got a lot of heat backstage and everything, and a lot of people giving shit, but everybody in the community itself was backing them up, because I would have done the same thing. Like, we're sitting here, we're making history as two black women killing the division, getting views to your product, and you're about to throw us to the wayside for nothing, basically, and I totally backed them with that whole thing. So, with that said, let's add it to the stream so we can see what's going on here. So right now, conflicting reports on Sasha Banks' legal agreement for her WWE release not finalized. So basically, they fired her, right? And didn't get anything signed off. It's not finalized, but they're telling everybody she's fired, right? So there's a bunch of legal things going on there. I think that they're caught with their finger up their ass right now, because you let go of one of your Hall of Fame people, right? This girl has been killing it since she came from NXT to now, and you just let her walk. And you know what's going to happen? She's going to go to AEW and go against Britt Baker and have the greatest 5-star match ever, and she's gonna make that brand look amazing, because their women division is good in AEW, but with her it's gonna transcend everything. It's gonna be amazing, right? There's a lot of young talent over there in AEW or wherever she goes. Even if she goes to the indies, she's gonna kill it, and she's gonna make a name for herself, and everybody's gonna be bid for her. You think she's gonna go back to WWE? Not a chance. Especially the way you guys just dumped her. She's in Hollywood now. She's in Star Wars. She's in Mandalorian. She's a character in the Mandalorian. How do you let that go, man? Come on, WWE. Yeah, screwed up. And then now, you're stuck now because your women division is kind of trash. I'm not saying everybody's trash in there, but you don't have anybody really in there. So now you got to go dive into NXT, pull somebody up from that show that's not even seasoned yet, and try to push them up to try to fill that spot. And then you have a bunch of C-list wrestlers, B-list wrestlers, they're trying to fill that Sasha Banks spot, and it's never gonna be like that, man. You had the 4 horsemen, right? And then you had the 4 horse ladies, and you legit, where are they, right? You have 2 of them that are still competing right now, right? Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, right? Now you lost Sasha Banks, and Bayley's nowhere to be found right now, and you lost one. You don't think you're going to lose Bayley? I think you will. You don't think Charlotte's going to jump ship when she can? Yep, I think so, because now you showed them that you don't care how they feel, or you don't care what the product does, because you just let people freaking go. It's ridiculous, man. It's insane. They're just legit letting go, not even on that aspect of the ladies. The whole atmosphere over there is trash right now, right? Especially with allegations going against Vince McMahon, which we're going to get into that really quickly. Going from Sasha Banks, letting that go, to now the big guy, the big man, the guy with the money, the guy that has been, Vince McMahon, nothing can touch me, has now came out that he's paid some woman $3 million of hush money that was a former wrestler. You have the whole internet buzzing and now trying to figure out who is this lady that you gave money to. And not on top of that, now your second in command, John Laurinaitis, he's been he got suspended, leave. And like I said, it's not kayfabe, this is real shit. And you have 5 law firms investigating you now. This looks bad, right? Because WWE not only are they looking bad, but they're a public trading company now. So now the stockholders are going to pull their money, right? So Vince McMahon stepped down as CEO. Great, amazing. But now this Me Too movement that we have going on in the world now, this is not the end of it. This is not the end of it, right? He's all about, they're all promoted about being nice to each other, respecting women, all this stuff. But now it looks fake now, because now you legit cheated on your wife of whatever many years. Which, come on, guys, these wrestlers, they're on the road all the time. I totally understand shit happened, fucked up. But this man paid $3 million of hush money to this person. It must be bad. It's got to be bad, right? It's got to be bad. And now you have 5 law firms that are investigating you. So you don't have to beat one. You got to beat 5. You got to prove to 5 different law firms that you didn't do shit, which is not gonna happen. I think it's not gonna happen, man. I think honestly, this is gonna turn out bad for him. Now for WWE, right? Itself, the product, right? Let's take it back a little bit. The product itself. I think that this might turn out good for the company in the long run. Hear me out now. I know I said all that stuff. Stephanie McMahon is now CEO, right? Great. You have John Laurinaitis that has stepped down, which was bad with talent relations, made a lot of bad decisions, right? In that aspect. He's gone now, right? You got 2 empty slots really to fill, right? You got Paul Heyman, right? You got Triple H. Put him in those spots. Get back to that feeling of NXT. When they were running NXT, NXT was competing with WWE. It was amazing, right? You had the young guys, you had the old guys, you had everybody coming together, big ass crossovers. It was amazing fighting, and and they took that away, and everything has been going down since then. I mean, with COVID and everything, I understand the releases, but some of the releases were crazy. They got rid of some big names, right? And then they started getting rid of people in NXT. Which was insane, right? You're seeing these guys that were supposed to be called up, and they're gone. But you don't see Triple H fighting for them. That's right. Triple H had a heart attack, right? And after that, they just took all his power away, slowly took his power away. So then all the young guys left. But now you bring Triple H back in, right? And you intrigue all these wrestlers. MJF, that's trying to leave AEW, right? Some of these indie guys from New Japan. Oh, look, Triple H is back in the seat. Stephanie McMahon is back in the seat. They're all by young people, bringing up the young people, developing the women's division. This might be a good thing that happens, right? If Vince McMahon really, really, truly steps down, right? He said he's going to be in creative. I understand that. I think he needs to step down because he's showing them right on that aspect. But let's say he doesn't, right? He's out of it completely. Say they finally push him out. This might be a good thing. Now, this might be 1 or 2 years down the line. But for now, they're going to have to suffer the consequences of all this shit. Because, like I said, 5 law firms, the Me Too movement, women losing respect for you. It's not a good thing right now. It's not a good look, especially when your product's all about family, right? Family. So, I mean, like I said, there's a good thing that can happen out of it. It's going to take about 2 years, but this whole Vince McMahon thing isn't just started, man. It is just starting. Because, like I said, weird people are getting out of there. John Laurinaitis is gone for some reason now. It's going to be a big blow up. Anyway, let's get into some fun stuff, right? We got Brock Lesnar came back, right? Brock Lesnar came back again to fight Roman again, right? And people are really, really comparing it to John Cena and Randy Orton, right? You guys remember in the 2000s, 2010s, everything was Randy Orton versus John Cena, right? Randy Orton versus John Cena, right? And they did this whole thing for like about 3-4 months straight, 4 or 5 months, 6 months. You could probably say a year. And it was kind of getting boring. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns 3 is like, sorry, it might be 4 actually or 5. I can't, I lost count, right? How much hype can you go around it? Like, Roman Reigns was the babyface at first, right? Brock Lesnar was the heel. Now they switched, and they keep switching back and forth. How many times can you do it? You have Matt Riddle that can honestly sit here and go head to head with Roman in the ring. The man's a stud. The man is a great talent, right? And you're not pushing him to fight Roman, right? You keep doing these little side things to him. Reminds me of what happened with Ryback, right? Remember Ryback? He was supposed to have this big push, and then they just kept getting his ass kicked by other people, Riddle gets his ass kicked, gets his ass beat. Brock Lesnar comes back, right? Then next week you have John Cena coming back, right? You're just constantly putting that man down. I don't want to see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar again. I don't want to see it. Probably not gonna buy that pay-per-view. I won't watch it. John Cena versus Theory. Now that's intriguing, right? Because it's a young guy versus a legend, which worked in the past, right? And Theory gets compared to John Cena, which is great. But Roman and Brock Lesnar again is just like, why? You have nothing better you can do? Put Roman in the ring with a young guy. Get one of the young guys from NXT to come up just to do a one-shot fight. You know, just to promote him. And maybe one of the guys you think they're going to blow up one of these days. Give him that, because in the promos later down the line, he can use it, right? He can use that fight that he had and got his ass whooped and lost for promos down the line. Oh, I want to get you one time, Roman. That's when I was young. But this time, I'm older, wiser, faster, stronger. And we're going to go head to head. Boom. You have a story here, then you have a story there, right? That's how you got to, I feel like that's how wrestling should be, right? It was like that back in the day. You're prepared here, and then you had it there later, and it paid off, right? Now it's like, no, Brock Lesnar versus Roman. Brock Lesnar versus Roman. Brock Lesnar versus Roman. It's stupid. I don't know how I don't know what they're going to do this time. What's the difference this time? We're going to put them in a cage match? No, they did that already. We're going to put them in a Hell in a Cell. They did that already. No holds bar. Did that already. You know, it's a repetitive bullshit that continues to kill this company, right? People shit on AEW. Oh, they don't do this and that. No, they might not do little things here and there, but they're improving, and it's different people every time. They're showing you new people every time. They are. They're promoting the young guys. They're showing the current guys. They're mixing them up, doing these crazy tag teams. Get you intrigued. What's WWE doing? The same shit they do every day, Pinky. You know, it's crazy. Even with the Usos have been tag champions for I feel like 5 years, and now they're unified. So you had two championship belts. You had two separate tag team championship belts, right? And then now they have both of them. So you're not promoting another tag team. All the tag teams are falling by the wayside. It's like who's really a tag team now? Even the tag team with was it Martez Ford or whatever his name is? They're done because he's gonna go in singles now, right? There's nobody up there. I don't want to watch the product. You know what I do want to watch though? You know what makes me come back? Oh, look, the new guy, Austin Theory, right? Sorry, Theory, because you can't say Austin, right? Theory has the U.S. title, which is awesome, right? And he reminds everybody of John Cena. You know what they did? They're bringing John Cena back to face him. Great. You come back, John Cena. John Cena's going to put him over, make him look even stronger, and then you have him go for the Intercontinental Championship, right? And then you have him drop the U.S. Championship to somebody else. You keep him going. Go on the pedestal. Everybody hates him now. They'll start to like him, build him out like The Rock and Stone Cold, and you're good. You have a new character that everybody is invested in. That's how you're supposed to do it, and I think that's going to work out very well for us. You know, the product just has a lot of fixing that needs to happen, and anyway, let's go into AEW, right? AEW right now, they lost CM Punk, right? CM Punk's injured, so they had they're having a championship for the interim champion, right? Which is, I think, it's smart. Be a smart person and then put on Jon Moxley, right? Jon Moxley, obviously, you know, had his problems with alcohol and everything, but now he came back, went to rehab, and he still looks better than ever. And he can carry them, right? Don't give it to Hangman again. He just had it. Keep the thing you've been doing. Refresh. Put it on him. I think that, you know, they'll be in good hands, and when CM Punk comes back, they'll have a thing, right? You know what's going on. See how I know? I know what's going on, but they're going to plan what's going on. That's how AEW works. It's putting people over, having current storylines actually work and mix. But on the other hand, the thing they're having bad luck with is Jeff Hardy. Now, if you didn't know about Jeff Hardy now, guys, Jeff Hardy got a DUI again. Got caught drinking. Cops came, draw guns on him, and he got put in jail again. Right? His brother Matt said he didn't know where he was. He said he can't babysit his brother anymore, which I totally understand that for a fact. I've had a couple people in my life, and You can't babysit them. You're there for them when you can, and you can't babysit people that don't want to help themselves, right? Um, Obviously, he got injured, which tends to happen with him a lot, and then he went to drinking again just to help his injuries. And this time, he got caught again by a bunch of cops, and he's fucked. And AEW decided to excommunicate him, right? They said, we are not working with him until he goes to rehab, gets himself together, and make sure that he's good to start again. I think, in my mind, Jeff Hardy, I love you, bro. You're one of my favorite wrestlers. I think it's time to hang the boots up, man. And I know it's messed up to say that, but it really is. It's really time to do it, man. All these injuries and stuff. You and your brother look kind of slow in the ring. And maybe it's time, man. Maybe you can't be dealing with these injuries anymore. Throwing yourself off of a 30-foot ladder and, landing on a table, landing on somebody, missing, hurting yourself on a turnbuckle. It's just catching up to you. Matt, I respect Matt. Hasn't drank in how many years? He's a good man, and it's sad. It's sad because the Hardy Boys were supposed to have this new go at everything, and now it's fucked. It's messed up for the next forever, actually, I think. And until somebody else comes along and tries to push Jeff Hardy to wrestle again, I don't think his brother wants to do it, and I don't think AEW wants to do it anymore. It just sucks. Drugs and alcohol go through this industry like crazy. And, one thing about WWE, they have that whole rehab process. They actually helped Jon Moxley, right? They helped him get through his rehab. They actually paid for it, which is great. They have a great system. AEW is trying to do the same thing. And they're going to try to help Jeff Hardy. And we'll see where that goes from there. For me, I don't think he should come back. Let me know what you guys think about that. All right. So lastly, let's get to the end of this short podcast. This one's about to be 30 minutes, so bear with me. Last thing I want to talk about is where do we see Roman at in the next couple of years, right? In the next couple months. He signed a new contract where he doesn't have to show up for a bunch of shows, a bunch of dates he can be off, and he decided that he could spend more time with his family and work on himself, work in Hollywood, which I respect. But why keep the championship on him? The champion's not there most of the time to face anybody, and it's kind of back to what it used to be at one point. The championship didn't mean shit, and it's happening again. I honestly think take the chip off of him, let him lose to Brock, right? Let him go into the sunset for a little bit and chill. Have Brock face The Rock, right? The Rock's supposed to come back and face Roman. Have Brock face The Rock and the Rock win the chip, and have Roman face him at WrestleMania. But in that time, like I said, don't let Roman keep it and just wait until that happens, because we know what eventually is going to happen is Roman versus The Rock, right? If you watch The Rock show, they teased it in there in that TV show. He's like telling his cousin, he's like, we're going to have to do that at WrestleMania, which is probably going to happen, right? It's definitely going to happen. The Rock has a bunch of dates open now. He can definitely do it. It's going to be a great show in Hollywood. Why not? WrestleMania's going to be in Hollywood. Do it there. But to get there, do not let Roman hold it and not be at any of these events. The championship is going to be nothing now. Like, I have the championship right there, right? I got the chip right there. And it doesn't mean shit. It don't mean shit. The man's not there. He doesn't have one. He's got two. Two of them now. We used to have two championships. And you knew that you at least see one of them. Now you can't see none of them. It's two on his hands. That's it. And I think it's a dumb decision to do that. I think Roman is an amazing champion. I think he's an amazing athlete. He's a great one of one, and nobody's gonna replace him, right? For what he's doing right now. But I think it's time to put the championship on somebody else for now and let him have a break. I know you want him to be this big king, this big chief, right? High chief. And I understand he's selling t-shirts, selling merchandise, but sometimes it's good to just put on something new. Even Brock, if you want him to be Brock, fine. Let him lose to Riddle or something, or have a championship. Have one of the championships come up. Don't give away both of them. have him face off for the SmackDown one or the Raw one, and just have him keep one and then go away. That's fine. At least we have another champion there that we can look up to. Like, it's just like the Intercontinental Championship. The fuck cares? Nobody cares about that, right? It's the same thing with the U.S. title. The only reason we care about it right now is because Theory promotes it. But the last time Theory was on Raw, he was flexing. They were having a flexing show at the end of the freaking the show, and it killed it. It was just like, what are you guys doing? You know, the champions. The thing I'm getting at is the championship don't mean shit anymore. None of them, and it's fucked up. They gotta fix it, man. In AEW, yeah, they got a bunch of championships, right? They make a new one every day, but it means shit. They have tournaments for those championships. They have people coming on there. You know who the champions are, right? They actually mean something. Over here, it's like they don't mean shit. They just do shit just to do shit, to sell. But it don't sell because people are like, why the fuck would I buy this? I remember, right, back in the day, I wanted that white Intercontinental Championship, right? Because, you've seen Shawn Michaels, Cody Rhodes, Macho Man, any of these guys rocking the Intercontinental title or the U.S. title or the European title. The European title is beautiful, right? You got all these titles and you were like, yeah, I want that because this guy has it and he means something. He means something, right? Now it's like, the fuck does this mean? It's a show. It don't mean shit. I don't want to buy this fucking shit. None of it means nothing. And I understand, right? It's all kayfabe, it's all fantasy. But you know what? A lot of kids don't know that. Little kids don't know that shit. They don't know that. But they look at the championship like, what is it for? Like, what is it for? There's no tournaments for nothing. They're meaningless now. They're just wasted. They just waste. They're paperweights. They're just good to look at now because they're shiny. They don't mean shit. And that's the problem with WWE right now. And I think them fixing that issue, having the mean things mean things, it's gonna bring people back to watch. Especially the older guys, the guys that went to AEW because they like that old WCW look and the teams and everything, and it's something new, fresh. Ring of Honor, people go there watch that shit. TNA, people are going over there to watch it. It's nice, and it's like even the indies, like I watch some of these indie shows, I go to them, and the championship there means more to me there than the WWE championship means to me. It's insane. The champions are great. It's a story. They put on a story. The stories are bullshit now in WWE, and it's affecting everything. And now you have this outside bullshit. Going back around, we have the outside bullshit, the allegations with Vince McMahon, treatment of Sasha Banks. It's bad. That company right now is crumbling and falling apart, and they need young people and somebody new to bring it back up. And that's the only way this place is going to be fixed. And until then, AEW is still going to be smacking them around. I mean, they might not have the most buys because remember, we got a lot of kids and everything watching WWE, fine. But it's eventually going to happen, man. WWE is going to sink down while this goes up. And I can't wait till their stock falls. It's going to happen. As soon as these allegations, the real thing comes out, it's a wrap for them. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching Breaking Down the Tape presents the Raw Dynamite Smack. I'm Chaz, and I'll see you later. Peace.